Hey, Ben, the last time we discussed Ohio State recruiting, it was probably, I don't know, a month to 6 weeks ago. We discussed the balancing act of Urban Meyer in particular. Obviously, the staff has to execute it, but his thought process in regards to trying to get the best players to win national championships, bottom line, but also trying to continue to establish relationships with Ohio football, and it being a very proud tradition there in the state of Ohio that Ohio produces fine football players, maybe moving down and declining down the list of the very elite. Not maybe what it was 25 years ago, but still among, I would guess, the top 6 to 8 in the country, and just trying to maintain that balance of a relationship with the state of Ohio, and also bringing in the best haul of anybody in the nation. It's good to see for Buckeye fans that out of some of the recent names that have come up, both out of hard commits and also guys that are being discussed. When you look at Jackson Carman, #1 offensive tackle in the nation, out of Ohio, top prospect in the Buckeye State. Tyreek Smith, still reviewing his options, but he's a top 5 player in the state, as is Dallas Gant, who's a firm commit from a few weeks ago out of Toledo.
When all is said and done, we'll have maybe 6 or 7 commitments from the state of Ohio. Jackson Carman, Jalen Gill, Tyreek Smith, LaChristian Smith, Dallas Gant. And then there's a couple of other names that are floating out there. Aeneas Hawkins, he's a defensive tackle, so it really depends on what happens with Silvera. If he decides to stay at Miami, Hawkins might become more of a viable option. There's Christopher Oates as a linebacker out of Cincinnati. He could be a candidate if some of their other linebacker targets decide to go elsewhere. Tavon Thomas was a running back that they were considering, and he put out his top 7 list right before we got on the air here, and Ohio State wasn't included. So it looks like he's eliminated the Buckeyes, which was kind of a surprise. I think if the Buckeyes really wanted him, they would probably have a really good shot. They must have told him or decided to move on from him, running back. But like I've said in the past, Urban Meyer's, he's going national. I mean, he invaded Texas last year. It looks like he's invading Florida hard this year. He's pulling commitments out of Virginia, Pennsylvania. He's hoping to pull Micah Parsons out of Pennsylvania, #1 defensive end in the country. He's gone into Michigan and stolen a few guys out from under them. He's relentless. He scours the country for the best talent. He knows what he wants, and he sends his coaches out, and he's proven year after year that he can pull in the top talent no matter what, from the state of Ohio or the state of Hawaii for all we know. Yeah, it's amazing. It's unlike anything I've ever seen following recruiting for Ohio State in the years I've been following it. Just incredible.
Which is saying a lot. If we would track Jim Tressel's classes from 2001 all the way through his tenure and then the production into the NFL, it would be among the elite of college football, but Urban Meyer has taken it to a new level, no question about that. And it seems like there comes a couple selections, a couple prime selections from the state of Virginia each and every year for Urban Meyer as well. Getting the Ohio State recruiting breakdown as we do from Ben Van Oyn. Catch him on theozone.net. We lean on Ben to clarify the picture concerning the Buckeyes recruiting pursuits. Ben, we always appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me on, Mark.